grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
How you doing? This is Leonard Weaver, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports, baby.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Corner Pub Sports.
Fucking my ass, man. Yeah.
It's Friday night. You know what that means. That means Corner Pub
Usually
Sports.
not Friday night after an Eagles win, though.
You're right. Usually it's not after an Eagles win. You're 100% right, Mike. Yeah, the Eagles had a rare Thursday. Only I'm gonna get one a year, I guess. Usually, a rare Thursday night game, and came out victorious. And we're definitely gonna get into that tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It should be fun to talk about the Eagles and what they accomplished last night. Excellent time. I'm sure that Mike had. Actually, you know what, Mike, that might should be a good way to because I know you can't stay on too long. So I would love to hear your experience. I guess that's what we could do when we're talking while we're waiting for Bob Cooney. So Bob Cooney is going to be joining the show tonight about 15 minutes from now, about 10 minutes from now, actually. We got Dave Peterson chiming in. Of course, if you're downloading the show on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Satchel, we thank you so much. And, of course, if you're watching live on YouTube and Facebook, this is what you do, man. You chime in.
We'll do it live.
Be a part of the show.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Do this whole thing. Oh, yeah, we got the Tyson and Jake Paul fight tonight.
Yeah, that's supposed to – the coverage starts at 8.
It's on now. They're not.
You guys got it on?
Yeah, they're not going
to fight till about 11.
Yeah, it'll be like 11 o'clock by the time.
So what are they doing until then?
There's 4 other fights
beforehand.
Yeah. Oh, there's other fights. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we got what's this? It's Never Moon Ass, Beaver Moon Ass and Cooter. What's going on here? I don't know, Mark.
Look,
I don't.
Mark's rusty. He hasn't been on the show.
He's going on and on because he ain't been on in a while.
Yeah. Let me get all my comments in from the last 6 weeks that I haven't watched the show. He's drunken craziness, Mark said. Peterson said, "Good evening, gentlemen. There are only 6 Fridays left in 2024. Corner Pub Sports is a great way to kick off your weekend." Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you, brother.
And it's people like you guys who are chiming in is the reason why we've been doing this for 10 years. And
2 to 6 listeners.
And we did we did mention this last week, and I do have to make a correction. But we announced it last week that our 10th anniversary show will be taking place at Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne at the end of March. It's not March 31st, like I said last week.
Sandy's Beef.
It's March 29th, Saturday. All right, Saturday afternoon, March 29th of next year, obviously. Will be the 10th anniversary show. We already have a couple guests lined up, and one of them will be joining us in about 10 minutes. Bob Cooney is going to be there, so it should be a lot of fun. Right now, Chris Tony said, right now you all need to talk about Tyson and Jake Paul. You know what? Let's hit that real quick, and then we'll get to Mike's experience at the game last night. So upon Chrissy's request, let's do it. Shanna said Beaver Moon. It's a super moon called the Beaver Moon.
Oh
my!
So you see a beaver and a moon.
What is going on?
Yeah, I don't like why.
What? Here's the moon right now.
Moist. Fucking right in the pussy.
See, moon. All right, so let's do that because the fight will be taking place after we're off the air tonight.
A moist moon.
Yeah, Polsky said nothing to talk about. Tyson kills him. Jake Miller said Jake Paul wins.
Yeah, Jake's been playing that. Jake's been playing that all week.
I got to tell you, I'm with Jake Miller.
Sean, you said you can't bet on this.
It won't let me.
It's not available in the area.
In this area on FanDuel, it's not letting you bet on it.
Only in this area or just in general?
It says in this area, I can't do it. I don't know if any of the other ones are doing it. Jay said, I'm going to be at Sandy's early and tailgate and closing the place at 2 a.m.
Yeah, sure.
Chris said, you said here's
going to knock him out.
And moon us. So
Jay said he was going to be at the Wheelstown Library with kegs and eggs, and I think he showed up after I did.
So, what do you guys think? I mean, I think I already know where you guys are going with this. You guys are all Tyson, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say Tyson knocks him out.
Yeah, Tyson
knocks him out, huh?
Yeah,
Mike Tyson in 3.
Nah, Sean, I'm with you.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Tyson's just too old. He hasn't boxed really professionally in a while. I'm not a fan of Jake Paul. I don't know how professional he is, but he's been doing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. He's strong. He
has like 6 inches. Like he has quite a bit of height on him.
He's a lot taller than him. And Tyson's just everybody looks at Tyson as,
Tyson of 1987.
Tyson in 1987. It'd be like Michael Jordan coming on the court right now. And is he going to dominate a basketball game at his age? Probably
wants
not.
to win. That's who wins.
Whoever Vegas wants to win. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
Well, that might be true, but we were just talking about the fact that you might not even be able to bet on the game or bet on the fight.
So you probably can, just certain areas, I guess it is, or maybe certain sports books are letting you do it.
You got to be a high roller.
So, all right. So Peterson, Old Farmer's Almanac.
There's Dave.
When beavers begin sheltering in their lodges after gathering enough food to last the winter, fur trappers, the automatic state, it uses this time to hunt beavers for their pelts. So that's why it's called a beaver's moon.
There you go.
Dude, Peterson, dude, like, what the hell, man?
He's like a walking Wikipedia.
Tyson will clobber him, even half the strength will kill him. I hope Jake ass and Beaver's best moon. Now we know what we're naming the show.
Beaver Moon.
Yeah, Beaver Moon.
Ask ABC, Ask Beaver and Cooney.
So
I hope Jake Paul gets his ear bitten off.
Beavers, Cooney, and Cooney.
You also said that they're friends, Sean. So this could easily just be like a boring, like,
oh, he said
throw a couple punches and wrap each other up, and neither one of them are trying to hurt each other. They're just collecting a paycheck. That inevitably is how I see it going.
Chrissy said he needs to be knocked out. I don't think Tyson should fight at 60, but he still beats Jake. Never had that power Mike had. No, he didn't. And actually, to be fair, oops. That was totally by accident. I wanted to do this.
To be fair.
Sail.
I wanted to do that by sail by accident. The EDD.
Because there's none of that on this show.
But nobody had the power that Tyson had. To be fair. So.
Yeah, but I mean, Tyson doesn't have the power at 60 that he had at 21.
Last thing to go is
will still knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, last thing to go is the punch, dude. I believe he still has the power. I think the question is if he can get inside to get the punch. But if he lands it, he's going to knock Jake Paul on his ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm too scared to put on the fight.
Keep him at arm's length. He has a good chance.
Yeah, but what? At the same time,
if Tyson is able to get in close and use that punch, he's gonna hurt him.
Is Tyson going to try and throw that punch? Is this the type of fight where Tyson's going to, like, are they going?
We don't know, Mike.
Yeah.
That's a question, yeah.
So we got to bring up our guest, and he's ready. This is awesome. Hold on. No animal don't leave you, and Tyson lost his chin 25 years ago. I love this. Let's bring on our special guest. It's been a long time since we've had him on. I love this.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I was reading.
Oh, there he is. What's going on, Bob?
Mr.
I thought you had the book.
I've read over the last few months.
Bob Cooney joining the show. He's checking out the book that he helped write the foreword to. No one likes us, but we do care. Bob, dude, this is the first time I've actually talked to you in person since. And again, thank you so much for taking a part of it, and I really appreciate it, man.
Oh, my pleasure. It was an awesome book. You did a great job, Sean, and I'm so happy for you. and can't wait for the paycheck to hit me in the mail. So it's all good. It's all good.
I can promise if it sells enough, man, that'll be coming. But no,
You'll get 10%. You got about $1 right now.
7-cent royalty checks.
yes. Hey, it's better than nothing, right? No, it's
happy.
awesome, man. No, I appreciate it, Bob.
I know
Thank
it was
you.
a labor of love for you, and I'm.
Thank you. What are you drinking, Bob? What do you got tonight? Oh, it's kind of frozen.
Did we lose him?
Let's see what happens here. We might have lost Bob. Bob, you might have to reconnect,
Bob?
brother.
Did you say what about Bob?
What about Bob?
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
I thought Jay was the silent one.
Oh.
Jay and Silent Bob.
What was that?
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob, you might have to reconnect, brother.
Oh man. that
Speaking of
sucks.
Jay and Silent Bob,
he's frozen right now. All right, so while we're waiting for Bob to,
Do you want to build a snowman?
yeah, he just lost his connection. So all right, so Bob will join us in a few. He'll be back in a few minutes, hopefully.
What's he got, Matt?
momentarily.
he's got Mike's phone service. All right, so while we're waiting for him to jump back on here, I'm with you, Mike. I think Paul is younger. He's people aren't talking about what the shape he's in. Everyone's talking about the shape Tyson's in. And look, I was one of the biggest Tyson fans. I mean, honestly, I loved Mike Tyson. He's nearly 60 years old, and he wasn't good 20 years ago when he was last in the ring. Okay, he was horrible then. He was slow and winded. What do you think's going to happen now, 20 years later? He going against a spry dude who, look, I don't like Jake Paul either. He's a YouTube fighter, right? And this is probably his biggest bout to this point. So, we'll see what happens. All right, let's see if we can get Bob back on here. Hey, there you go, brother.
You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Awesome. So, Bob, real quick, before we get into the Sixers with you, what do you think about the Tyson-Paul fight?
So I'm a couple years older than you guys, maybe only a couple months older than you guys. I love boxing. I grew up, I boxed. Boxing was phenomenal when I was growing up. I mean, just the era of boxing was incredible back then. So I'm a huge boxing fan. I don't know. I don't know about tonight. Like, this is weird. You're not getting Tyson that you used to see. People are hoping that you will. He's 58. Like, I think he's older than me. Like, I don't know. I'm like everybody else. I don't know about you guys. I hope he kicks the guy's ass real quick. Like, that would be cool to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
But, you got 2-minute rounds. You have bigger gloves. If Tyson's going to go, he's going to have to go after him quick, right? So if Paul can just back away for a minute and a half, and Tyson has come after him, well, Tyson's going to be tired. And then you worry about, okay, is he going to just jab him, stay away, stay away, which is, what you have to do against a Mike Tyson in the past. I can't look at it as a serious fight. I'm curious, so I will watch it tonight after the Sixers are over. I'll throw it on.
That's wrong.
I don't know. George Foreman went many rounds in his 50s.
He did. He did.
And he was a lot bigger than Tyson is. You know what I mean?
He was in better shape.
He was. And Tyson relies, though, so much on the body movement, right? So it's the feet of the turn and the crump, the hook, and it's the, all the upfront stuff, and it's a lot of bobbing and weaving. Foreman was just, he had his gloves there, and he just kind of tried to whack you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foreman just waited until he had an opening and
not
like King Hippo.
comparing.
Yeah.
I don't know. The other night, I watched the Thrill in Manila again for like the umpteenth time. And it's boxing to me is so fascinating because it's such an art. Muhammad Ali is my favorite athlete of all time. I love boxing. I wouldn't call tonight though, guys. I don't think I'd call tonight boxing.
Yeah.
No, I'd call it a money grab.
Yeah. That's what Chrissy Tony asked.
Bob, I'm in for the money grab. You know what?
Yeah.
Bob, you know what? You worked hard for a lot of years. You hit that, like, you enjoy it, man. Enjoy the time.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's a spectacle.
No, I hate it. I hate it. My wife will tell you, she wanted me to see somebody. I hate not working. I hate not being involved. I hate it. So it's coming soon. And when it does, I'll be able to let you know. But yeah, it hasn't been a good few months. Don't like it at all. But the best part of the few months, the best part was reading the book.
That's awesome.
Dude, thank you, man. That's awesome.
Every week with this goddamn book. Like you won a Pulitzer. Like, what the fuck with this book?
He'll email me 20 times today. Throw up the book.
I'm texting him, yo, do me a favor. Speak good words about the book on the show. No, that's awesome. So, Bob, you got a message here from Jake Miller. Bob, you're the man. Miss you on the radio. We all miss you on the radio, man. We really do. And but it's great to talk to you again, and it's great to hear your voice and see you again, man. And you know, you're going to be, like I told you when it all happened, dude. You'll be back on your feet. We're not going to talk about what happened, obviously, but you know, we hope you're back on your feet soon. And it sounds like you're on the way.
Yeah, it sounds like you got some stakes in the iron, or iron in the fire, or whatever. Whatever that's saying.
Stakes in the iron, stakes in the grill.
It's all good. You know, you never like to be away, but it's all good. We'll be back soon, so we'll figure it all out. Yeah.
So, Bob, while we have you, brother, you know, let's get to some real sports then. You know, since this boxing thing is probably a facade. The 76ers right now are struggling. They're 2-10, right?
2-9.
2-9.
Yeah, 2-9. And Embiid just came back. Yeah, he didn't look great. Obviously, you know, coming back out his first game of the season, you know, you're expecting some rust, especially from a guy like Embiid, who's a slow starter. Historically, Paul George, you know, obviously same thing. You know, he's trying to get back to what he was dealing with in the preseason. Maxi's out for a while now. Things aren't looking too great for this team right now. I just want to hear, I guess, Bob Cooney's take on the 76ers as we are sitting here on November 15th, this early in the season with everything going on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the negative is what it is. They're 2-9. You know, they didn't want to get out to this start. They knew they had some injuries to start with. There's been some, what concerns me the most, guys, and I wrote something on this, it's going to appear somewhere soon. I don't care who you have out there on the floor. And I made an example of this talking about when I was covering the Sixers, the Boston Celtics. They could have their third or fourth team on the floor in a preseason game. You can see that they're running a really cool offense, that Brad Stevens at the time had them running a system. And you know, you didn't have great shooters or you didn't have great finishers, but they were running things that got them good shots. Sixers didn't have Paul George, Joel Embiid to start the year. And I'm looking at their offense and I'm like, what are they doing? High pick and rolls. If you get a shot off of it, great. If you don't, three guys are standing around. I don't know, somebody tries to force something and then maybe a kick out, and then you're taking shots at the end of the shot clock. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of that. You know, I like to see weak side picks without the ball. You know, I like to see movement. You never, ever, ever see the 76ers run something where somebody's cutting to the basket and boom, here's a pass. I catch, my momentum's taking me there, and that's where I finish. You rarely see it, if ever. So, like, I was a little bit down on kind of what Nick Nurse was doing because I wasn't sure what he was doing. Now, there are some positives, too. I think this is a really deep team. Like, I like the kid McCain, which everybody does, but it's more than just the offense he's been putting up. He can play defense. He knows the game. He plays at a really comfortable pace. Yabusele, I like him a lot, too. I would start him. And actually, they did that tonight. I don't think they started, but I would bring Kelly Oubre off the bench. And I would start Yabusele because I just think Oubre, I'd play Oubre starter minutes, but I'd bring him off the bench. So I like those two pieces. Then you have Eric Gordon. Then you have, you know, other guys that are coming off the bench that can give you some spark. And, of course, Andre Drummond doing the 12 to 18 minutes. I like the depth of this team. But is it going to take up to 20, 25 games for us to see them all healthy? And, my God, haven't we gone through that almost every year for the past 6 years?
So, Bob, I'm going to – I got a million questions, but I'm going to start out with the one.
You get two, Mike.
The biggest – who put this guy in charge? Now, the elephant in the room, Embiid, the timeline of Embiid, gets hurt last year, comes back, not 100%, plays in the playoffs, plays well in the playoffs, but I watched Dante DiVincenzo blow by him for a layup in an important segment of the game. Then I see him play in the Olympics. I feel like watching him in the Olympics, he didn't look great. He still looked like he was ginger. You fast forward 3 more months, and the guy can't play, isn't starting. Like, is this still healing from an injury? Did he re-injure it? What is going on here? And have we seen the best of Embiid? Is he cooked?
I wouldn't go cooked. I wouldn't go cooked, Mike. But okay, let's go this way, and this is what I'm thinking. He's never played with a knee like this after having surgery again last year, second surgery. He's never had to play with a knee that has had 2 surgeries before. You know what I mean? So it's not as strong as it once was. It's definitely not as strong as it was after the first surgery. Now it's his second surgery. How do you go about that? Is it both him getting used to where the knee is? Is it also the medical staff getting used to, okay, this is as good as it's going to get, and not knowing after the Olympics? I don't know. The Sixers, in my opinion, since I was covering the team, they've never handled injuries well. They always seem like injuries are an embarrassment, and they weren't honest with people. Now, this is going away from exactly what Joel Embiid is dealing with. But
no, it does. But yeah, it does play a part. I think that was part of what happened with the altercation with Marcus Hayes, was the fact that the Sixers botched it up to allow Marcus Hayes to run free with a story that pissed off Embiid and then caused the altercation. Sorry to cut you off.
No. That's fine. Yeah, that's the call out I didn't like, and I wouldn't have written it. Marcus apologized for it. Is there a point to be made there? I understand what he's saying. Like, look, you're trying to say, forget the names, the brother, the son, all that stuff, but you're saying you want to leave a legacy, but you're not playing. And, okay, come out and say, like, man, this knee's worse than I thought. The team, the PR people, they could come out and say, this knee is a little bit worse than we thought. We just have to manage it and move forward. But it's almost like the Sixers, as I said, are embarrassed of injury. Don't be. That's sports. Injuries happen in sports all the time. Like, I have 2 ankles that when it rains, they kill me because I broke both of them playing sports. I'm not embarrassed. That's just what it is. That's a far other level. But it's okay. And they have to get him to where he can be where he is, understand where he is, and then they have to move on from there.
Mm-hmm. So did you find it odd, though, that he didn't start the regular season after seemingly playing and then resting for a while?
Yeah, Mike, absolutely. That's what you're gearing up for. When did the Olympics get over? You had a couple of months to prepare for, opening day. Did he come back after the Olympics? Did he get some rest and then come back and start working out? Because they start working out in like July, August. And, they're going up and down the floor to get ready for late September for training camp. Did the knee swell up? Did it not react well? Maybe. And maybe it caught him off guard. Okay. I just wish, as a former media guy and for the fans of this team, be open and honest and just say, yeah, there's some things going on with the knee that we have to get it to 100% or as close as we can to 100%. And then he'll be back out on the floor. I think the fans would accept that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you guys are both hitting on the head, honestly. I've been hearing this since the season started from multiple people that basically, like, you have one of the best training. The 76ers have a fantastic training staff. How come these guys can't get him back into shape, can't get him going to be ready by the regular season where he has to miss the first 2 weeks? Like, it's just, the whole thing's really strange. And then it coincides with the whole, I'm not going to play back-to-backs, in my career again. And now he's backtracking on that, saying, well, maybe I will. And whatever. It's just the whole thing's leaving a bad taste in our mouths. And then the fact that now they're 2-9, starting off 2-9 is making it even worse. And the whole Chinatown thing, the Josh Harris stuff. People are unhappy with him, because of his affiliations with other teams. There's just so many things that are surrounding this organization right now that are not positive, and it's just really leaving a bad taste in people's mouths. And
I'm not making excuses for this guy at all, but I mean, being a guy that had multiple knee surgeries, he's a big guy. One surgery is detrimental. One surgery is detrimental when he has knee problems. He's got two, and as big as a knee surgery, especially as an athlete, it's tough to come back from. They're hard to recover from.
No question. And think about this too. And I allude to this a lot, and I wonder if it led to more injuries with Joel Embiid. He broke both of his feet, right? He comes into, or not both of his feet, but he missed 2 years at the beginning, coming out of Kansas, coming here. He left Kansas at 6'9", 6'10". I talked to Bill Self, and he's like, right when the Sixers drafted him, I did an interview with Bill Self, and he's like, yeah, he's in that 6'9", 6'10" area, but he's going to grow some more. So he breaks the bone in his foot. Let's call him 6'10", 6'11", whatever. He sits for 2 years. He comes back, and he's 7'2". I don't think he was taught how to play run and jump at 7'2" properly. Now, by that, I mean, say we're all 6 foot, right now. Say if we put 3-inch soles on our shoes and we were said, all right, go out and run and jump and see how it feels. Well, that's going to take some getting used to, right?
Yeah.
We used to do this drill when I was playing high school ball. It was called 10, 10, and 10. And this is something I wish they always did with Joel Embiid. And what it was off of both legs, we would jump as high as we can with our right hand 10 times, as high as we could with our left hand 10 times. Now, the bigger guys are grabbing the rim. Us smaller guys are hitting the backboard. And then you're jumping with both hands 10 times. The reasoning is you're learning how to jump, not only as high as you can, but you're learning how to land. And you're learning how to do it when you're tired. I don't think he was that. I mean, how many times have you guys seen Joel Embiid jump as high as he can in a game? Honestly, you never see it.
Yeah,
And then when you see it, he lands awkward, or you see him it's always awkward.
Yeah, that's a good point because he never jumps really because he doesn't have to. But like you said, Mike, when the times he does, it's always an awkward landing. Then you see him grabbing his back. It's just.
Yeah, it's just never made sense to me. And I do tonight. There was a 2-on-1 tonight with Paul George. Backing up. Paul George didn't even think to lob the ball up in the air to your 7'2" center who was running along with him. No, it was a chest pass. Embiid catches it. Tries to pump fake the guy. Well, now 2 more guys come, and it's another pump fake, and then he fades away, and he gets fouled and falls to the ground or whatever. I don't know about you guys. I'd love to be 7'2" and catch the ball 2 feet away from the basket. There's nobody that's stopping me from two-handed dunking almost every time, but that's not in his.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I was always against this whole thing. We've had this discussion on the show for probably 2 or 3 years now. Ryan was an advocate for it. We called him crazy because we always said that the return would never be the same, or the return would never be worth it. Because in a lot of these instances where you trade a star player, the return doesn't work out. But I'm kind of thinking that like Mike said earlier, we saw the best of Embiid already. We saw his ceiling, and now he's on the downslope, and we're going to be stuck with him, as opposed to maybe possibly being able to trade him. I don't know how you feel about that, Bob, if they should have or not.
Those are like jumping a little bit further than I would jump. Seen the best of them, stuck with them. Those aren't phrases I would say. I don't mind being stuck with a 29-13 guy, a guy with his skill and all that stuff. I do still an interesting team. Paul George, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, the kid McCain looks really good. Kelly Oubre. You have wing athletes, which you haven't had with the Sixers for a long time. They're interesting. I understand being down on Embiid. Look, we all know what it is and what it has been and probably what it will be. I said something on the air when I was on the radio a few years ago when they were looking to trade. Everybody's, you got to trade Ben Simmons. I said on the air, I said, I'll tell you what, if I'm the GM of the Sixers and I'm making phone calls to other teams about Ben Simmons, I'm also putting my feet up right at the end of the conversation and saying, let me just ask you this. What would you give me for Joel? That was a few years ago. I got blasted.
So did I. So did I, Bob. So did I.
Holy shit.
This is what. Yeah.
Did we lose him?
It's like,
yeah, we got bad connection
I'm
here,
just
Bob.
saying, like, we got you?
Yeah, we got you. You're back now. Okay.
Okay. I think Paul George fits well. I think Maxey fits well with him. This kid McCain tonight, he's playing really well with them. I think they have some depth here. I've come to the realization Joel Embiid's here for the rest of his career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's probably going to be.
And you got to figure it out.
Yeah, that's going to be the case. I mean, that definitely seems to be the case. And
like we said, law of averages, you get the 1 year when they're 100% in the playoffs because you haven't gotten it. So even I don't care if they're a 6 seed, like the seeding really doesn't matter to me. Give me 1 year 100% healthy in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what happens.
You know how tough and difficult that is.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you're seeing it now with like Maxey being hurt, right? So like, okay, so Maxey's banged up. Okay, cool. Get him right in 6 weeks. Get him back. Hopefully
it's not 6 weeks, is it? I mean, I keep hearing like week to week. Like
no, he's gonna be back. He'll probably be back next week.
Yeah. So I talked to somebody today. They're looking at him on Monday. They'll evaluate. If he looks good, they're going to let him start, ramping up to get ready to go.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's good. And you do this load management, which fucking NBA and this whole it drives me insane with that. But
my load.
Here, manage that.
Here's my load. Manage that.
Bunch of children, Bob. You know what you got to deal with every week. You know what I mean?
It's that's what makes us that's what makes Philly. It's the best. But it's funny. I did something like 5 or 6 years ago, just out of curiosity, looking at big men. And I have it in a notebook. Like I kept.
We're still not talking about load management, are we? And you're looking at big men. Are we talking about?
Yeah, I said men, not members. So, yeah. So I keep notebooks of so many things. And in one of my notebooks, I looked at big men through the years and how many games they played, just in comparison to like an Embiid. It was unbelievable. Do you guys remember Zydrunas Ilgauskas from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, big man, 7'2", whatever. He had feet problems, really good player, a couple years in the league, had horrible feet problems. Went on to play more than 75 games for like 9 seasons. Like Shaq played more than 75 games for like 14 seasons. And I went like David Robinson. I did every big man you can think of. And they played. That's what they did. They played the game of basketball. And it's all Greg Popovich and Brett Brown's fault when Brett Brown was in San Antonio. They decided this load management stuff. And I always tease Brett. I would be like, you ruined the game. And like guys just they're not programmed to play 75, 80 games a year anymore.
Nah.
So you just have to get the most that you can out of them for 65. And that sucks. And I agree with you guys. It sucks.
It's like the pitch count in baseball.
Dude, I was just going to say the same thing. The pitch count, the starters, they can't pitch more than 100 pitches, and that's it. And
it's the diva mentality.
It's the same thing. It's wild.
Bunch of divas.
So, Bob, the 2-9 start again, not optimal. I get that they had all their guys out and stuff, but is there concern that the guys that they signed aren't good enough? Do they just need to gel more? Or am I like jumping off the bridge too early, or like, because I've been freaking out. I'll be the first one. Like, I'm the anatomy of the Philadelphia sports fan where I've just gone off the handle on this team because we got sold. Yes, we got sold the bill of goods about how the depth was going to help. Yep, how the depth was going to help alleviate some of these things, and they just haven't. They had an easy start to the schedule, and they haven't looked good. And Like, am I just over worried?
Yes.
Okay.
Mike, I'll say that. I'll put it this way. I caught myself the other night being like, wow, you're accepting this 2-7, 2-8, 2-9 start. I'm accepting like, okay, they don't look good because they don't have Embiid and they didn't have George and now Maxey being out. I don't like to be that way. I'm a perfectionist. Like you guys know, I've talked to you enough. Sixers, anybody, my kids' team, they could win a game by 30 points, and I'll be like, yeah, but you know what? I really didn't love your transition defense, especially in the second quarter. That's just me. I'm always looking for perfection. You know you're never going to attain it, but that's what sports is, right? You're always looking for it, because if you stop looking for it, you're accepting non-perfection. You're accepting, in some cases, badness. I worry that we're too acceptable of, it's 2-9. And like, Mike, I'm glad you're like that, because I don't think there's enough people that are like that. Let's wait till Embiid gets back, till George gets healthy, till Maxey gets back. Everything will be good. But we've seen that through the years, right? And the next thing you know, it's like, you get to the playoffs. Well, these guys only played 28 games together. That's what happened last year. And that sucks. So I do. I wish everybody was, as we all do. I just want to see everybody healthy by game 15. And if I'm Nick Nurse, I'm like, let's go. Like, let's go. Let's get the rotation, figure out who the starters are, and let's go. So,
yeah. Bob, I appreciate you talking me off the ledge. I've just been like, it's starting game 2. When I seen them lose to the Raptors, I started like getting.
Dude, he was right. Dude, he was ready to jump off a roof.
Mike,
he really was,
back
man.
On the ledge. Trust me, you'll be back.
Thanks, Karen. That's good. That's way to encourage your friend from not jumping off.
Maybe it's my advantage. I've become a little bit more patient. I don't know.
It's the same old story with this team year.
Yeah, I'm just not emotionally invested anymore. Like,
Bob,
my heart's just not in it.
My older age.
Yeah, it's just you get beat down so much. It's like anything else. You get beat down so much, it's harder and harder to get back up, right?
Right.
So they've been beat down. Like, you've delivered Joel Embiid healthy to the playoffs. It's happened. And then he gets hurt right away in the play. He breaks the face in the playoffs. And, he gets an elbow thrown at his face, or he gets late in the season, was it Markelle Fultz's ass that hit him in the face and broke his face?
Yeah.
There's just shit that happens that it gets you so beat down that you're waiting for it to happen. And you don't expect it, even if they are totally healthy going into the playoffs. I mean, let's admit it. We'll all be sitting back and waiting. All right, what's going to happen? Something bad's going to happen, because this is the soap opera. Soap operas never have happy endings. There's always more fucking drama, right? So this is the soap opera of the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah.
God, it sucks.
Yeah, they're not so.
Christ, just get us a ring, though. Just get us a ring.
Just do that before it falls apart, right?
Right.
The not so 76ers.
All right, you guys were alive.
Enough, Gary. That's enough.
I was alive. Gary was alive. I was 4.
Yeah.
I was 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Gary was like 12.
You were in high school then?
Well, I'm 53, bro. Take it easy over there. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in your 50s don't mean you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them. Yeah, I was a junior in high school when they won that championship.
Damn, Christ, Bob, you are old.
Faux.
Whoa. The book just went in the fireplace.
Hey, it wasn't me.
You don't look a day over 50, Bob. You don't look a day over 50.
I was too busy drinking beer. I wasn't talking.
Dudes, I feel like I'm 25 years old and I have the energy of a 25-year-old. Ever since I got laid off, I walk 5 to 7 miles every day.
Nice.
So Bob, I was going to compliment your fit, man. You got a nice Adidas fit going on right there. That's a nice item you have rolling right there.
It's a real quality item.
I'm only about 11 years old.
I like the Savage this year album.
Yeah.
It's a good quality item.
It's funny. I'm kind of glancing at the Sixers as we're talking now. Is that all right that I talk about them live now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Where we got? What's happening in the game right now?
And they're playing 10 early in the third quarter. They were up 10. Now the quarter finishes and they're down 1 to Orlando. It's like typical.
Man, yeah.
See, this is you're getting my blood
Yeah.
pressure up.
Look at Mike.
You know, a lot of it is mental, guys. Like,
Look, Mike's gonna be like, "I'll be back," and then there's just gonna be
like
blood
Mike,
on the screen.
They just there's such a mental thing of guys that have been like it's hard to describe, but I remember when I was covering the team and I talked to them and they were having a real tough time winning on the road, but they won really well at home. So I went to one of the players and I'm like, why? Like, why is it that you can dominate at home, but you go on the road? And he said, it's mental. He says, at home, if we're down 8 in the third quarter, we're thinking, okay, how are we going to win this game? If we're up 8 on the road in the third quarter, we're thinking, oh my God, how are we going to lose this one? Yeah. You know, it's a real thing. And
yeah. Hold that thought, Bob.
I'm gonna grab a drink, fellas.
All right, so we can get Bob back.
Some of the players.
Oh, there he is. We're good. You're back, Bob. Yeah, we keep losing. You keep freezing up, and then it comes back. It's really strange, but you're back now. Yeah.
All right.
You're back.
Are you in the basement, Bob?
Like me, and they're just freezing me out.
Oh yeah, it could be. You know, it is what it is.
That would be a Sixers move.
It's Beasley. They're on to us.
Yeah.
No
comment.
But it's been awesome to get you back on and to talk some sports with you again, man. And is it safe to confirm the 10th anniversary show that Mr. Bob Cooney will be there? Is it safe to say that out loud?
Yes.
Here?
I have put it in my book. I don't know what I will be doing professionally then, but I certainly want to be there. Yeah, you guys know I would love to be there. So where is it? I didn't bookmark it yet.
So it's Sandy's. It's called Sandy's Beef and Ale.
Sandy's Beef.
Sandy's Beef and Ale. It's a great place. It's a great old school type of bar where they got like the wood paneling on the walls, and they carve the beef right in front of you, and and the beers are awesome. It's a great spot. The food's outstanding there.
Like it's like an Irish bar mixed with Nick's roast beef.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
That's Langhorne, ain't it?
Yeah, it's in Langhorne. It's in Langhorne.
So you'll send the limo, Sean? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're building a helicopter pad for you.
Sean's got the money to do it, so
yeah,
right. Waiting for the rest of the money to come in from the book sales.
You're lucky you get a yellow taxi way, brother.
We got Jake Miller saying, everyone relax. The Sixers are going to be fine.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. I really do like the depth that they have on this team. So once they get fully healthy, I'm anxious to see what Nick Nurse does with them. So Mike, it'll probably end very tragically. Again, like I said, that's what we anticipate. But I think there's going to be a fun run in this team once they get fully healthy. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, look,
then win with a doctor, not going to win with a nurse.
Look, I mean, that's the one thing, Bob. I mean, this is the first year so far that I haven't felt like it's going to be a fun run. Like every year that had a chance, and this is the first year that I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see them having a chance. But if you're saying like, give it time, that they'll get in, then then we'll be, then I'll be happy to go for a ride.
Works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what makes you not on board with this team? You've only seen them for 9, 10, 11 games. You know what I mean? I think what you're going on is past.
Yeah, and it's not 100% fair because it is. I mean, that part is very true because it is a new core. It's a different core. You haven't seen them all on the court at the same time, and even your bench players, like Bob, when he first started talking about the Sixers, he said, "I love the depth," and we all said that. All of us love the depth on this team. You love the fact that you now have Drummond backing up Embiid. You love the fact that you have, like you said, maybe Oubre coming off the bench. The depth is really good. Actually, the depth was pretty good last year, too. It just didn't pan out. Like Buddy Hield looked great on paper. It just didn't pan out in the playoffs. But hopefully these guys will pan out as we go forward here. But they gotta play together.
Yeah, I look at every season as its own entity, right? So I don't know what this team is. I don't. I haven't seen George, Maxey, and Embiid on the floor at all together. I don't know if they're going to start McCain with that group to be the point guard there. You know, I don't. If they do bring Oubre off the bench, how does he work there? Yabusele is very interesting to me. I don't know how he fits in. I don't know if they're going to put him and Embiid in there at the same time. Like, I don't know about this team. I know about the organization. Like, Mike, what you're saying, I think that's organizationally the way you're looking at it, and you could be absolutely right. But I look at each team individually, and I say, okay, what is this team? I've never seen Yabusele. I've never seen McCain. I've never seen, you know, those guys play to Paul George, Maxey. I haven't seen them play together yet. So that's what I'm holding out on, Mike, is all right, let me see those guys play together. And when they do, and they get a rotation, let's see what it is. You know, that's
as long as Embiid's not more hurt than it seemed, and then they're putting on. I think they got a chance. So the other thing is everybody, you know, I've at least heard enough of can Maxey and you know, McCain coexist on the court at the same time, defensively and everything else. Is that a possibility?
So problematic. That's a great question, Mike, because the problem is that those are two smaller guys, right? So you worry about having those two guys in the backcourt trying to play defense. Offensively, I think they'd be fun. The kid McCain, I got to watch more of him, and I watched him a lot at Duke and this year and all. He plays it's weird, like a left-handed point guard game where he's always under control and he's crafty. I'm not saying he's as good as Jalen Brunson, but like he always knows where he is. He knows where to go. Like he's really cerebral on the court. I really like that about him. I love his defense. Mm-hmm. Like he won that game the other night. They had 3 nights ago when he had like 30 points. Everybody's like, oh, look at his offense. No, he won that game when he shut down, who was it, LaMelo Ball on the one-on-one and didn't allow him to get a shot off. Like his defense is really good. So maybe you can trust those two in the backcourt because he is so
nice.
Yeah. We got Ryan Starship Log 2027. Embiid is still out sick, but we hope the Sixers pull it together soon. It's comments, man. Booch, Joe Bucci, who gave you a lot of love there, Bob. But he said it's the fact that you never know who's going to be in and out of the lineup. But JoJo's already banged up in November. It feels like it's never going to go away. It's
that's my biggest concern.
I get everyone's frustration, and you know it is true. Like you got to at some point you got to stop worrying about the past because the past is the past, and it is a new team. It's a new core. It's a new regime. It's a new system. You know, it's only the second year under Nick Nurse. All that stuff. And you played a really good Nets team last year in the playoffs. We talked about it last week. Like that was probably the best performance Embiid had in the playoffs, despite the fact they lost in 6 games.
Yeah, I think that was his best career playoff series.
Like it was just that the Nets were just, or the Knicks. I said the Nets. The Knicks were just fantastic. I mean, they were a really good team last year, and they caught fire. Brunson was unbelievable last year. You know, all that stuff. So like, I'm just hoping that they are healthy enough, and because I will be excited to see a Nick Nurse team in the playoffs fully healthy. Let's see what happens. You had no other choice. There's nothing else we can do but hope for that. I mean, really, and you got to hope that they win a few games here because, you know, being, 7 games under 500 right now is worrisome this early in the season. But the fact is it's this early. You know, you still have plenty of time to make it up, and things hopefully will pan out. I
see where they're at Christmas.
Yeah, that's probably a good starting point.
Yeah, Christmas is at it, no question about it. Well, why did the Knicks beat them? Were they more talented? No. Did they play better as a team? Yeah. But what I put top of the list is they played harder than the Sixers.
Yep.
Right? They played harder. And that's something that, like, I could lose to anybody when I played. I could lose to anybody because they were more talented. No, nobody's going to play harder than me. And, like, I don't see that in the Sixers an awful lot. And, like, tonight I'm watching this Orlando game with the Wagner brothers and with the kid Suggs from Gonzaga. They play hard, like hard, up in your grill hard. And the kid Yabusele, that's why I'm a fan of his. I think he's one of those guys. And they tried it with the PJ Tucker and shit like that, and that just didn't work. But the Sixers have to learn to, as an organization, to play hard. And who do you follow? Your leader, Embiid. Does he play hard? Yeah, he dives on the floor and all that stuff, and he takes contact as much as anybody. Somebody else has to step up and show that hard play for this team. I think that's one thing that this organization has lacked over the last couple of years.
Yeah, like play with a little bit of grit.
You know what? It's interesting. I mean, like Maxey plays hard, but he's the small, quick guy. He's not the Reggie Evans type playing hard guy. Yeah, and they brought in guys like you said, the PJ Tuckers and everything to try and get that mentality, but it never worked.
Yeah, like sometimes
Reggie,
Pokemon.
I love that reference. Reggie Evans, he was the man.
I love Reggie Evans.
He was such a good dude. Yeah. But that's a good pull by you, Mike.
Those are the days when you were covering him, right? Reggie Evans was on the team then.
I think so. Some Sixers.
Somebody's hurt.
Kelly Oubre.
Oh Jesus!
I think he just hit his head on the bench. He's all right.
All right.
The hair protected him. He's good to go.
A little Windex on it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, spray with Windex. Get back on the court, you fucking jerk off.
Jesus, Gary.
You all right, Gary? Gary's a little upset.
Because we spent so much time on the Sixers.
Yeah, Gary hates the Sixers.
Yeah,
usually he's calling an Uber to get home by this time.
Kelly Oubre.
Oh, beers left.
Yeah, he still has beers. He's good. Bob, so we went to ask you because it was before. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. You froze up and we had to get you back on. What are you drinking?
He don't like you.
No, he's frozen again.
Nope, there you go.
Tonight it is.
That's the Pacifico. That's
yes, Pacifico. Yeah. Am I live or am I frozen?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, yeah, Pacifico.
Oh, good.
I was at a golf outing like a year or so ago, and a guy brought them over, and we had a couple after the round, and I was like, wow, this isn't bad. So yeah, every once in a while I like switching it around. I can come back on.
Yeah, you're good. What the hell am I drinking tonight? What am I?
Soap.
It tastes like soap. It tastes like soap. Hold on a second. I'll get it.
It tastes like soap. Yeah.
Mike, believe it or not,
got the
Sly
Rick
Fox.
IPA years now that he's got,
Yeah. Sly Fox.
Okay.
Sly Fox. It's a Pennsylvania.
I've never had
Pennsylvania brewery, but it's Coastal Quest IPA. It literally tastes like a bar of soap.
And he's gonna crack open another one.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta drink them, right? I mean, you gotta finish them.
There it is. Right there. Right
You're
there,
not gonna
boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mike, what do you got?
I got the Southern Tier, the 2 times Xmas. I found that it's definitely got that winter cinnamony vibe.
No, Mike's changing it up. He was drinking them chocolate stouts for like 4 months.
They're gone. I swear to you, I finished it.
That was a year. He bought 2 cases of what was the make of that? Who was it again?
God,
The
you would think
purple-
that I remember.
The purple can.
Yeah.
The hell was that? It has a weird name. But he had they were like
Young's? Was it Young's?
Young's, yes, Young's double chocolate stouts. And he had like 2 cases of them, and he kept bringing them over like every week. Like, they had dust on them and shit. Like,
Gary, you're going straight bourbon, right?
Blue Moon.
Attaboy.
I was it last week I did Crown all show? Yeah. So I did Crown Royal, right?
I'll make it for you.
So I made the mistake of letting Gary pour it. So your typical, you glass you filled up to the line here. No, this fucking guy fills it all the way up. I'm like, dude, you know how much alcohol that is?
Just drink
It was his fault you drank it. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out of the bottle. You can't put it back.
Yeah. I did finish it too.
Crown Apple.
Attaboy.
A Crown Apple, yeah.
Nice.
So as long as things work out, Bob, professionally, and obviously we'll be in touch, man. I wish you the very best. You know that. We all do. We would absolutely hope to see you in March, man. That'll be fantastic. That'd be
Langhorne. I don't know how far of a drive that is for you. It's probably not that bad. It's
South Jersey. It's probably 40 minutes away.
Oh,
Yeah, it's probably like 40, 45 minutes for him, I think. Something close to that. Nice, frozen again.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What night?
It'll be a Saturday. It'll be Saturday afternoon.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm in. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that'll be cool. It's right around my anniversary, so maybe I'll bring my beautiful wife with me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She can drive.
We
There you go.
There you go.
celebrate our anniversaries together. I'm sure she'll be all about that. Yeah. Who the fuck are these guys?
She's liable to say, I ain't never coming back to these guys again.
They'll say, give me the divorce papers.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet these clowns at?
Yeah.
Nah, no clowns in my life.
So Bob, what do you think of the Eagles? 8-2. Watched the game last night.
I did, yeah. Obviously, yeah. It's they're interesting. They're better in parts that I didn't think they were going to be as good as they are, and they're not as good in parts that I thought they would be. But it's the defense has surprised the hell out of me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean, first few games, guys, I was like, this guy doesn't belong on the field. Couldn't tackle. Didn't seem like he was out of position, but he's really grown. And credit to Vic Fangio. And those corners, my God, those young kids, they're good.
Quinyon Mitchell.
He is
unbelievable.
Quinyon Mitchell, man.
Wow.
Yeah, but right now, as the defensive MVP, in my opinion, will be Zach Bond.
Yeah, Bond's been all over the field. He's incredible. And then last night, how about you get a what's his face? He's playing all every snap of the game last night. Not Jordan Davis. Yeah, Jalen Carter. Like every snap. That doesn't happen.
And he's getting penetration.
And someone else that deserves some credit because
good for him getting that penetration.
That's and like what Bob brought up, Nakobe Dean, and another guy that we were doubting and we weren't sure if he belongs in this league is Nolan Smith.
He's starting to come around.
And Nolan Smith's coming around a little bit. He's starting to make some plays, and he's starting to get in the backfield and get some sacks and tackles for loss. And
I'm still willing to give that time because if you think about it, man, remember Brandon Graham, his first two and a half years, he wasn't very good.
Right. So
so just give him time. Just give him time.
Same thing with Dean, right? Nakobe Dean was the same situation. Yeah. Although in the Nakobe Dean situation, it's slightly different because he was hurt.
Yeah.
He was hurt. And then the thing I keep hearing about Dean is that that Fangio has let him play his own game.
Mm-hmm.
Play to his strengths.
Yeah, play to his strengths as opposed to, no, this is the system and this is what you're going to do in my system. He's like, you know what? I'm going to
do your thing.
Fly. Yeah. Fly, peacock, fly.
So yeah. You know what's funny, though? Go ahead. All right, I'll go. So we named 8 people, including Brandon Graham, right? And 7 of them are in their 3rd year or less. They're a young defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
DeJean has changed this defense too, man.
And you also got to give credit to the guy I always kill. Reed Blankenship's been worlds better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they're all responding to Vic Fangio. Like He's pressing the right buttons to get the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
Aren't they the number one overall defense in the league now?
They probably are now.
Well, since the bye week, they're number one in the pass defense, number one in rush defense. And I think they're like second in points per game allowed.
And third with sacks.
Yes.
You know,
That's
if I go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
My favorite thing about coaches is if you watch players improve during the year, that to me goes to coaching. Now, Nakobe Dean, as I said early in the year, he wasn't tackling. And Gary, you bring up that Fangio or whatever, that like, you know, we're going to let him play his game. Oh, okay, but somebody also got on him about how he's tackling. You saw last night, he had some open field tackles, which he was whiffing on terribly in the first 3 games of the season. That's phenomenal. You throw in a Cooper DeJean after the break because he had the injury early on in the year. That kid is an athlete. Like, he is an athlete. And now you're putting him in the right position. You don't hear about Avonte Maddox all that much anymore, which is nothing against him, good kid or whatever, but he's not as good as Cooper DeJean. And then for them to see, which you would think be easy as a coach, that Quinyon Mitchell is as good as he is coming right out. I mean, that kid is lights out. And likes of
He's
South
just shutting down. He's shutting down number one receivers every week.
Yeah.
It's almost against him that he's a rookie. Like, he is playing like Sauce Gardner. Like, he's not talked about like Sauce Gardner, but he's playing like Sauce Gardner.
Because he doesn't get the interceptions and the stats like that. But yeah, he's
but you see, if you think about it, like shut down corners.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get the interceptions because you don't throw to their side of the field.
Yeah.
Like they just eliminate a whole side of the field. Like Darrelle Revis doesn't have many career interceptions.
Right.
I
mean, Dion did, but yeah.
But Dion was another animal, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we don't usually play like stuff. So E-Rock, who actually is also in the book, and Bob knows E-Rock, I think, right? Like,
yeah.
So he posted this video last night after the Washington game. You can hear him leaving the stadium, and I'm gonna give him credit. You know, at E-Rock, you can find him on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. This is actually from his TikTok that I found this from. And
how about that for a free plug?
Yeah, right. But his message here, like, he's 100% right. Like, I was like, wow, like he stated this perfectly.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me. In the beginning of the year, this team was playing bad football, and they had to take accountability, and they did that shit. After the bye week, they were tasked with finding their identity, and they did that shit. And tonight, against the media darling Washington Commanders, they had to find their credibility, and they did that shit. The national.
I thought he nailed. Like, he's 100% right there. He's 100% right. I saw it this morning. I'm like, damn. Like, he nailed that word for word. Like, it was.
You know what their identity is? Saquon fucking Barkley.
Yeah, run first.
Right.
Their identity is defense, keep us into the game, and let Saquon eat in the fourth quarter in the second half.
You even think about it, in 2022 when they went to the Super Bowl, like they were a running team.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, like we're not going to get into what happened last year or whatever, they got away from it.
When they won the Super Bowl in 2017.
They were a running team.
After that Chiefs game, second game of the year, everyone's screaming at Peterson, going, "Why aren't you running the ball more?" And then they did, and then he went out and got Ajayi because they knew it was working. They figured, you know what, let's give LeGarrette Blount a nice, a punch, 1-2 combo.
Yeah, old Dr. Scholl's knees.
Yeah, and granted, they didn't win the Super Bowl itself because of their running game. That was a high-flying aerial attack. That was insane, and a game we'll never forget. But still, they got there because
that was Hall of Famer Nick Foles.
Oh God, Bob, don't feed the monster, please.
Don't feed the monster.
Oh my God.
Why?
But yeah,
somebody thinks Foles should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who?
Gary.
In the Hall of Fame. Not the Eagles Hall of Fame. The Hall
Eagles
of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Eagles Hall of Fame.
Eagles Hall of
I
Fame.
thought you said the Hall.
Nah, come on,
No, bullshit.
I never said he was going to
Yes,
get
you
did.
did.
No,
You
Yes,
said he
you
has a ring.
did.
You said he has a ring. He should be in the Hall of Fame. That's what you said.
I never said.
And then he said,
Yes, you
and then he said Brian Dawkins was good, not great, because he never won a ring.
I'll tell you
He's
what,
walked that back now.
I have a friend who didn't go that far as to say, and my friend knows sports as much as we do. He didn't go as far as to say Dawkins wasn't good, doesn't deserve it. But he did go on to say, hey, look at that defense. They had a chance to win some playoff games for that team, and they didn't do it.
Mhm.
You know, like go back to Arizona in 2000 and what was that? 8.
Yeah.
Like McNabb left the field with the lead, and the
This-
defense, you know,
Yeah.
led by Brian Dawkins. But no, Brian Dawkins got all the accolades I think he deserves. Yeah, is there something missing? Yeah, it's that, no question about it. But Foles in the Eagles Hall of Fame, sure, I don't mind that. I don't mind that a little bit. Not in the NFL Hall of Fame, but Eagles Hall of Fame, absolutely.
I agree with that. Absolutely. He already has a statue. Why not?
So what? He gets a statue, no gold jacket.
No, he doesn't get a gold
He
jacket.
should have.
Wait, Gary, do you think he should be in the NFL Hall of Fame?
No, I don't. I've come off.
Oh,
I
okay.
did say that.
I've come off of it.
I woke
There
up
was a
sober
time.
one day and I realized, no, that was a bad decision.
I mean, I love the guy. That's so
Yeah, of course. You can love the guy and,
But I mean, has he done some stuff and deserves to be mentioned? Yeah, he does. But he's not going to go to Canton. No, he's not.
So Dave Pearson said, although Nick Foles is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, his jersey, cleats, and game ball are on display because of the 7 touchdown game. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Also
question.
from
He had the
the,
best 2.5 game run I've ever seen in my life.
That's
Yep.
10. Yeah.
even his Pro Bowl cleats are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and his jock strap because they've never seen one that big before.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I'm sorry,
See, Bob.
Bob.
See what happens here.
If he matches Tony Kukoc, I'd be amazed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna-
well, all right.
Two coaches cock, huh?
Oh, he's got a hammer, huh? Cook
Two cock.
cock.
he's got 3 legs.
Tony Kukoc.
So, all right. So, Bob, we asked. I'm not going to say his name on the air because he was embarrassed to tell us the story, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and, then
there we go.
and then he asked me to edit it out, and I didn't because we don't edit. We just fly. So I said, we asked him, is it really that big? And he laughed, and then afterwards he goes, can you edit it? But then we asked Ed Kratz the same question about Foles, and Kratz goes, I'm interviewing somebody. I see this thing in the corner of my eye, my peripheral. He goes, so yeah, I can. He's like, I can confirm.
He's got a cannon cock.
I'm like, damn, man, good for him.
It's the shooting gun of a tank.
How about that Matt Michkov?
Can we move on? Yeah, thank you. Finally,
Well, what
somebody
size his
that's
cock
on this
is?
show.
I
Oh
don't, Gary, I
man.
don't.
Oh,
Callie just So I'm not gonna put it up, but if Bob, if you can, I don't know if you can see the text thread as it's going. I don't know if you can or not, but
No,
yeah.
I'm not text.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could see the chat on the
Or
side.
the chat, rather. I'm sorry. No, I don't see them.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right. I can't put it up, but
that's good for you, Bob.
yeah, that's good. He mentions his name. I don't want to say it. It was Callie who actually asked him too. Callie asked him that. Yeah. Wow, that's funny. Anyway, but yeah, let's get it back to the Eagles.
Well, we went Flyers.
Huh? We ain't talking
Yeah, he
Flyers.
did. He mentioned me.
Back and forth. And like, what the hell are you doing?
So,
Yeah, that's blaming on our ADD, Bob. So we gave some love to the
right.
defense, and then I wanted to mention about Vic Fangio too, because I think it was after the Buccaneers game, because their defense wasn't playing well. Even against Green Bay, they struggled defensively, and although they gave up a short field a lot of times in that game, which isn't all in the defense. But Vic Fangio was someone who I did question. I was like, has the game passed him by? Is he, does he know what he's doing here in today's NFL? Is that a reason why he's been bouncing from team to team now? It's been forever since he's won, and he's proven me wrong. So I definitely want to give kudos to Vic Fangio because he's done a fantastic job. And we mentioned earlier with what he's done with Nakobe Dean and these guys, letting them fly a little bit more, having the courage to put. I don't know if it was his decision or Sirianni's, but like to pull again, like Bob said, not to. Avonte Maddox is a great dude, great dude. I'm glad he's on the team still. I mean, I got to be honest, but. Cooper DeJean has made such a difference in that secondary, and I don't know whose decision that was to say, you know what, you're going to be playing in there, but kudos to that person too. And I would assume Fangio had a hand in that.
I mean, your first obstacle as a new coordinator coming into a new team is to get your team and your players to buy into your system, to buy into what you're preaching, and you could absolutely see that they bought in.
Yeah.
So
I
Bob,
think it was a little Howie Roseman too. These guys are our first and second round picks. They're playing.
Yeah,
And Bob,
I think what else is impressive, building on what you said, is that you're a veteran. You bring in your system, you get guys to buy in. But you can do that with veterans. But with younger players, you have to
It's tough.
teach them your system and teach them to buy in. So it's kind of twofold, like you said, Cooper DeJean and you Quinyon Mitchell and all these young guys. Like Blankenship is still a young kid. You know, all these guys, so it's almost double that he brought in a system to get them to buy in, and he relied on these young kids and taught them well enough to play it well. So, yeah, hats off to Vic Fangio. It's so far so good, right?
Yeah.
Sixers are going to lose tonight. Fall to 2.
Oh God.
See, Bob,
They're down
13.
No comment.
Down 13. So now they're 2-10. Oh my goodness. And Embiid played tonight, right?
Yeah, Embiid and George played tonight.
Jesus, man.
I'm telling you, I'm pushing the red button.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to fish out his ass.
That was actually audio from Marcus Hayes. That wasn't very nice. I'm kidding, Bob.
Oh boy.
I know it's a peer of Bob's.
What Embiid do tonight, Bob?
Marcus wouldn't expect me to defend him. I don't defend what he wrote that day.
No,
like I said, he apologized. I don't do I'm a journalist. He's a journalist, so I defend him. No, we make mistakes. Players make mistakes. GMs make mistakes. Yeah. I think what Marcus did was a mistake, and I think what Marcus thinks what he did was a mistake. So that's all.
I agree. Yeah, because he did kneel on his sword a little bit. You know, he wrote it, thought about it, turned it in, and was like, "Oh, okay," it got published. He's like, "Okay." So,
they scored. Well, the Sixers scored 82 points with a minute 13 left. So that's something.
They only have 82 points.
Yeah, I'm not watching. I just got the game on the phone. Embiid had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. McCain has 29 points.
Damn.
George with 13.
That's most of their points.
Yeah.
McCain and Embiid right there.
Yeah.
It's 59 out of the 83. Oh my God. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe we were wrong about the depth. You know.
You said
they only have 82 points.
Because that's what's on the board.
Damn, Gary.
Yeah, not good.
God. Yeah,
I'm pushing the red button, Bob.
Nah, not yet. Yeah. You're okay. Wait till, honest to God, wait till Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, and then I think that's a really good gauge, honestly.
They're gonna be 8-30.
Yeah. Hope you get the right present that you want, Mike, because the Sixers ain't gonna make you happy.
Damn.
Brett Brown used to divide the seasons into 3 parts. It was the beginning of the season until the holidays to the All-Star break till the end of the season. So, like, if you go at it that way, you know, the holidays are still a long way away. You know, December 25th is a long way away. So there's a lot of basketball. You could be right, Mike, though. Maybe the red button should be pushed. Maybe you're doing a Cooper flag type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. We're not there yet, but we do have probably the worst record in the NBA right now. So I mean,
You suck.
but at some point, yeah, I'm sure that there will be some sort of flog for the flag or some weird kind of saying.
We'll bring back raise the cat.
Something like that. Well, they've put in all the 5th and 6th stringers now, so it's
Oh, cool.
yeah. I got a Dalton on the court. I got a Dem Bonus on the court. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. Yeah, it's over.
Oh boy.
Are we back on the 6th?
Time to switch to fights.
Yeah, I know. Damn, that's unfortunate, man. It really is. It's not like Orlando's that great of a team. Yeah, remember to raise the cat? Actually, Callie. So Callie, who's chiming in here, dude, raise the cat. That was Callie's first show when that whole thing happened.
It's the year of the cat.
When wasn't Ben Simmons went on the socials and helped his cat or something after a win or something? I don't know. Yeah. I forget what the whole thing was.
Yeah, I'm bad at that stuff. If it's not on the court, remember.
Yeah,
Bob.
Yeah, we remember all the dumb stuff. That's what we're here for.
I was with the process. I remember plenty of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how Ben Simmons hurt his back.
Lifting up the cat.
Yeah,
Was it a pussy cat?
I was just Bob, you beat me to it.
Shit. He hurt his back. He hurt his back because he's a weak-minded individual.
You beat me to it.
I got a feeling it wasn't a pussy with him.
Yeah, I know.
Ben Simmons.
Bob, did you get a chance? We've talked about it a few times.
He read the book, Sean. How many times you gonna fucking ask him?
No. It's a book. It's not my book. Yaron Weitzman's book.
Tanking to the Top.
Tanking to the Top.
Some of it. I didn't. Not all of it. I did start it. Having been there every day on it, there were some things.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't want to relive it.
That's what I was wondering too. You being there and was his stuff? Was a lot of it accurate and reliving that and oh god, the Colangelo, all that stuff he hits on it. It was just so gut wrenching to read. It really was.
I can't with how much support and how it was written. It didn't come across to me as false at all. It seemed like he put the work in to make it actually to try and be truthful about it.
Oh yeah, I would hope nobody writes a book like that when you're basically telling a story of something that has never happened in all of sports.
Yeah.
I hope you're not looking to put your own thoughts without, going behind the scenes and finding out the actuality of it.
Yeah.
That's against everything I was ever as a writer. I didn't make shit up and just write it,
right.
You got to find out and have great sources and stuff like that. Yeah.
The facts got to support the statements.
Yeah. Hopefully that still holds true with journalists today. And I think it does. I just think it's the clarity of what journalism is now is very muddled, with just so many different people being insiders or covering a team, all that stuff. It's just different. It's a different time. And, but from what I've heard, like I said, I didn't read the whole book. From what I've heard from people that did, they said it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not like back in the 80s when you sit down on Sunday and read the Inquirer.
No. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite, man. Those are my favorite day. Sunday morning, I could not wait to get up and then go on the front step and have that paper.
Yep.
I just wanted to bring this up. Say hello to my little friend.
You want to play rough? Okay.
Don't play rough. Bob, are you? Do you want to hang out for a bit? Or you have to go, or
I'll give you a few more minutes if that's okay. I got a son down here who's about to go to bed, so I got some more minutes. Yeah.
All right. So Gary's going to do Through the Beers. It's a little segment we do because Gary's got to roll in about 20 minutes. So I just want have him do this real quick.
It might be an early show for everybody. It might be about a 20-minute show for all of us, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Back in 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and said, "Thank you." In 1985, Michael Jackson was black. At some point in history, everyone's mother wants to cook cream pie. This is Corner Pub Sports, taking you through moments in history with Through the Beers.
Take us away, Gary.
1962.
Can't hear you.
1962. Don Drysdale wins the Cy Young Award.
In November. Okay, all right.
1983. Mike Bossy gets NHL's 75th hat trick.
Really? 75th hat trick?
He didn't get 75 of them. It's just 75th in the entire NHL.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
In 2018. First, I can't freaking remember.
This is
Wilt Chamberlain gets the fifth NBA scoring with 44 points.
And
What?
2018?
Yeah.
He did it
This
from
is
the grave, huh?
2018.
I got numbers mixed up there somewhere.
I'm glad we kept off for this. I'm glad we kept off for this segment. This is why we do this segment every. Oh my God! It's the
I'm
best.
sorry. 2018 LeBron James passes Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is this like this day in sports?
yeah.
1962.
Oh, okay.
Wilt
I
Chamberlain
didn't understand the
scores
premise.
73 points in a game.
Okay. All right. 73 points. 72 points.
73 points.
73 points. Okay.
1997. Mario Lemieux enters the NHL Hall of Fame.
Wow. And then came back and played again.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 1970, Johnny Bench is the NL MVP. 1981. What happened in 1981? What Phillies won the MVP?
1981.
That had to be Schmidt.
Schmidt, right?
Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
In 1983, Wayne Gretzky of the Oilers beat the New Jersey Devils 13-4. Wayne Gretzky calls the New Jersey Devils a Mickey Mouse Club.
Wow.
That's
All
the
right.
end of the segment.
Dude. Almost. You actually beat out the song for like the first time ever. The song wasn't over yet, and you beat it out. Good job.
We did it
Good
too
job.
early in the show.
Yeah. Bob left.
Is he gone?
No. He's probably walking
Yeah,
away.
he stepped away for a second.
Better take a piss. No, I'm glad we covered the Eagles because I wanted to bring up those few things. Wait, 13 goals. Wait, Wayne Gretzky had 13 goals against the
No,
Devils?
they won 13-4.
Oh, okay.
13-4.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Gotcha. No, that was the first
The
time.
Devils
that's-
were around in 83.
I think so. Devils been around since.
Was that this week or this day in sports or this week in sports?
It's this week.
This week, yeah.
Okay.
We-
All right.
so
I
we-
just
so
didn't
we
know. I
think.
wasn't putting it down. I was.
Well, there was one time, Bob. It was like you know exactly. It was like May, right? And it was like May when we did that segment. We only do like we try to do like a segment each week, like a different segment each week. So like that one. So it was like May, and he's like, "Yeah, Peyton Manning wins MVP," and I'm like, "Wait, it's May. Like he should have won it like months ago. This doesn't make any sense." And he's, "I don't fucking care. I don't know. I can't read my writing." I mean, like that whole thing. So.
Well, yeah, this was some good facts.
There was good stuff,
Yeah,
and
it's good.
it checked out. It checked out because the NL and Cy Young and the
Yeah,
MVP.
that was the Devils' first year.
That was the Devils' first year, and he called it the Mickey Mouse Club. What does he
Wow.
expect?
All right, you ready? What pitcher in Major League Baseball won the most games without winning a Cy Young Award?
Nolan Ryan. That's my guess.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Ooh. Okay.
Most games without. How about Wakefield?
How about Cy Young?
Well, come on.
Damn.
How about that?
That
huh?
won 500 plus games. Never won a Cy Young Award.
I never won a Cy Young. Yeah. It's
That's
kind of
like
like
a
looking
dad
at
Great bar
joke.
question. Take
Yeah.
it to the bar.
It was him
But
looking
you
at
know
him,
some-
looking at him.
Yeah, that was like a dad joke.
that is a good
Yeah.
bar question. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Now we all feel like
it's
idiots.
the-
Yeah. Right.
Huh? It is.
Yeah. It's like Lou Gehrig not knowing he had Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, you went there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only logical thing to go.
Yeah. Right.
That poor bastard.
Yeah. I know.
Picking on Mr. Gary.
So, we usually do picks and predictions, but the Eagles already played, so we're not going to do that this week. But is there any other points you guys want to talk about the Commanders and Eagles game itself? because we didn't really hit on the game itself and what had occurred. I mean, Jake Elliott, all that stuff. I mean, we guys.
I mean, I don't know what to say about Jake Elliott. I mean, he's got to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's
Big smelly it.
It wasn't pretty. Yeah, I mean, what I thought was that the offense didn't play well. Defense held them in the game until they ran the ball and just waited for the dam to break on Washington, and sure enough, it broke and Barkley ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mike,
that's the thing. They didn't play well offensively. They didn't. And then you look up and it's 26-10.
Well, I mean, they scored the 2 touchdowns in the fourth. I mean, they only scored 12 until then, so they didn't play well until Barkley ate.
Right, yeah.
Well, the Eagles have struggled all season scoring in the first quarter, and they just played Sunday, so they were a little jet lagged.
Mike,
and that's where I'm at. Like I don't like on a Thursday game. I don't care how it looks. Just get the win.
Yeah. You were at the game, Mike. What was it like down there, dude?
It was awesome, man. I mean, yeah, I went. I got invited through work. Real.
And Mike froze.
Am I back? I'm back.
Oh, damn. I was trying to bring him up on the side.
All right, here we go. All right, yeah. So
Mike and Bob got the same internet.
I'm plugged in too.
Good for you.
I don't get it. I need a new laptop probably. But no. So they. I got down there, drove down there around 4, and wanted to get down there early. Just didn't feel like dealing with the traffic. Didn't feel like dealing with the bullshit. So
What time did you get down
4. I actually pulled into the parking spot probably about 5:30.
Kelly says you have American Online.
Kelly, at least they could see me. All right, settle down over there.
That's true.
John Cena.
So,
wait, how are you? He's frozen again.
Put it up there.
There he is.
Screenshot it.
Go ahead, Mike. You're back.
I'm back.
And
now.
we're
I don't know
back.
what the hell's going on? So,
sometimes.
So no, it was electric. I got down there by 6:30. I was inside the stadium, down in a couple beers, and went in super loud, super exciting.
Yeah.
Defense, when the defense was on the field, the roof was shaking, even though they didn't have a roof. It was tense, obviously 7-3 going into half. But then we took the lead on the tush push. Some lady had a sign that one side said Barkley can hurdle me anytime. The other side said tush the push. Push the tush.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a pig.
Yeah.
So, well,
She had anal leakage.
So, yeah, so then they go up and it's 12-10 because Elliott misses his extra point after the 2 missed field goals. And then Washington drives down the field. They set up on a 2nd and 1. They get stopped. 3rd and 1. They lose 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And
Running the ball,
you know,
trying to run Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, they go for it on 4th down. And that was the place erupted when they didn't get it.
Yep.
And that was ball game.
That was huge.
By then, Washington's defense felt defeated. And Barkley went down the field, scored, interception. Like it was awesome. It was a party.
The one thing though, the one play that happened, and it was a split-second thing where, oh shit, and then when it happened, it was like, okay, we're good and we're gonna win this game. It's when Goddard fumbled.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I was like, no, and then Calcaterra jumped up. Did you hear what? I don't know if you guys heard what it was said. What Goddard said to him. How much money do you want? And just being in the right place at the right time. I'll tell you what, that dude, Calcaterra stepped up big time when Goddard was hurt, and he stepped up big last night. And
fantastic blocker.
And Sirianni, I know if people shit on Sirianni, and I want to ask Bob his opinion on Sirianni too in general. But I know he gets shit on, and sometimes it's worth it, or it's sometimes worth it. Sometimes it's deserved because of his decision making. But these guys play for him. Like guys like Calcaterra, guys like DeJean, guys like who are stepping up, who are put in these positions, and just even the offensive linemen, like the dude Fred Johnson had to fill in for Mulata. Like
he did
these guys they're all stepping up, and credit has to be given to Sirianni. So Bob, what's your overall opinion? Because obviously this year has been kind of polarizing with Sirianni, and people have been kind of hot and cold with him, despite the fact that all the things that you look at historically, no other Eagles coach has done. But people are still hating on him, and he got a little bit of it from us as well early in the season. Callie says he likes him a lot. Wow. What's your opinion of him, Bob?
Well, it's funny. I saw something today. I think there's been a total of 5 head coaches in the NFL that have had their first 3 seasons where they started 8-2 or better, and Nick Sirianni is one of them.
Yep.
And you're talking the likes of like a Belichick and a Shanahan, I think, or something. I forget. But So look, is there something to have to be said for that? Yeah. Winning is what it's all about. He's the head coach, and they've won. So, yes. The talk was after last year when I was on the radio was, would you have let him go after last year? I said no. I didn't love what he did last year, and I'm not in love with him as a head coach, but I can't get rid of somebody that's having this kind of success, so far throughout his early career. Whatever it is, something is going right. Do I love, the things that he does or whatever? I think he's an overseer, lets people do what they're supposed to do. And hey, they're keeping me here as the head coach. I'll be the head coach. I think that's what it is. He hasn't hurt them more than he's helped them. And, is that a glowing endorsement? No. But like I said, look at the record. Why do you change things up? It's like Jalen Hurts. A buddy of mine's not a Jalen Hurts fan. And I said, okay, I understand. Like he misses things and he's aggravating at times, but they win with him at quarterback. Can you change that? No. No, you can't. So I think you kind of have to ride Sirianni out. And if the success keeps coming, why would you change it?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not not the biggest Sirianni fan, but you can't deny the guy wins.
Mm-hmm.
And like what you were saying about Jalen Hurts, same thing. He could be infuriating at times, but he's got this competitive streak in him that when the game's on the line, like I trust him.
He's one of the more clutch quarterbacks like we've had.
Yeah.
Ever.
So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic, right, guys? Like, did Jalen Hurts win you these games? No. Did he make plays that helped you win? Yeah. What are you looking for in a quarterback? And, people are going to label that $50 million contract to him, and maybe rightfully so. But, yeah, like winning is what it's all about. And I'm sorry, the guy that's taking the snaps has won an awful lot of games there. Do I want him to play better? Yeah, I think he misses some things an awful lot. But they win with him at quarterback. So, no, I don't think you're really changing that out, although the frustration can be there. There's no doubt about that.
Like franchise quarterbacks do not grow on trees. It's tough.
No.
It's very hard to get that quarterback.
And the thing is, like, we are so hard on like goalies, quarterbacks in this town.
Yes.
Unfairly hard.
Yeah.
Because if you and again, like a lot of, I hate to say this, I don't want to like marginalize people, but like there are a lot of people in this town who only watch Eagles games, right? Who only watch Jalen Hurts every week. They don't watch, they're not watching Baker Mayfield. They're not watching Jared Goff. They're not watching these other quarterbacks around the league.
Right. Eagles fans, not sports fans.
All these quarterbacks make mistakes during games. All these quarterbacks make dumb throws. All these quarterbacks turn the ball over.
Jared Goff threw 5 picks last week.
And for some reason, Jalen Hurts is getting more hate than Jared Goff this week. I don't get it. Like that to me is like, and it's the media, the fan base, whatever you want to call it, the combination of both. You know, I didn't look.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
So
I was going to say everybody's trashing Mahomes right now. The guy's 9-0. Like he makes the plays to win games. Doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, the only thing with Mahomes is that he has three rings, right? Like so, like you know that kind of change that kind of helps things in that aspect on his side. I mean, everyone knows that Mahomes is a great quarterback. I think if Hurts wins one, which I do think one day he will. Hopefully it's this year. That'll be awesome.
There's always hate and negativity towards a winner, always.
But by your own fan base. It's strange.
All right.
Go ahead.
If you guys don't mind, let me jump in on this.
Yeah.
So I'm real particular about words because I used to be a writer, right? There's no word that you took for granted or whatever. So the phrase, sorry, I got my kids in the background here. Phrase that you just said that Hurts is getting more hate than Jared Goff. I don't know that. Like, I don't know. Did Detroit not bash him after he threw 5 interceptions?
yeah,
Do they say, yeah, we're doing great? That was just an anomaly where they praise him? I don't know. Like, I don't know. And did Jalen Hurts get killed this week or last week? Has he been getting killed lately? And I'm not questioning you. I'm honestly asking because I don't. All right, I'll tell you a little truth. I haven't listened to sports talk radio in this town for a couple of months. Yeah. And you guys might know why.
I don't think it. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, those are the superlatives that I try to stay away from because I don't know that Jared Goff didn't get beat up in Detroit. But I'll tell you what concerns me about this team, and I tried to label this today with my friend, really, like, because I'm particular about words. Jalen, you're not winning in spite of Jalen Hurts. I think that's too extreme. But I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing really good football right now. Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. All of the things that I just said is more of a question to you guys than it was a statement.
I'll say he's capable of more.
I'll say this. Sorry, I'll say this. He makes winning plays. He may not always make the right plays, but when you need that first down, when you need that scramble for that first down, he always gets it. He breaks the backs of teams. He'll make a pass connected that on the drive that you need. They've won with him. Aside from the last 6 games, he's a guy that I count on when it matters most. He's a guy that we watched in the Super Bowl carry guys in for the touchdown and that 2-point conversion that gave the team the chance to win the game. And then the bullshit call on Bradbury. But he gave the guys a chance to win the game. So I'm always going to hold him to as a winner.
If you close your eyes and you gave me stats that your quarterback would have nearly a 70% completion percentage and accounted for 24 total touchdowns and 9 turnovers through this point of the season, would you not take that and gladly take that and an 8-2 record? And that's what Jalen Hurts is right now.
Yeah.
That's what he's been through his entire career here.
For the most part. Last year he struggled. Even last year he still had 35 total touchdowns.
They were 10-1.
Right.
I think Jalen Hurts is playing well, honestly.
I agree.
He's not turning the ball over. He's taking what the defense is giving you. Like, it's solidified now. Like Jalen Hurts is a guy. Occasionally, he's going to hold the ball too long. He's going to fumble. He's going to make a boneheaded pass, and he's going to throw a pick. But when the game's on the line, like Mike said, you need a drive, you need a first down, you need a play, you need points. More times than not, he comes through. So in my book, he's a winner, like Mike said. I completely agree.
No question, he's a winner. No question. My only point is, I think he can play better. Mm-hmm. And I think last night, we're watching Devontae Smith run a crossing route on a 3rd and 4. wide open, throw him the ball. I mean, it's right in front of his face. He doesn't throw it. He gets tackled for a 1-yard gain. Like, why wasn't that thrown?
Yeah.
Holding the ball, Gary, as you said, like a little bit too much in the pot. Now, maybe that's Kellen Moore also. Why aren't they running quick slants? Why aren't they running quick, wide receiver routes as opposed to him waiting and waiting? And you guys watch the All-22 like I do. There's
Where's
some
the running back
routes
screen?
that are run so long. And it's just like he's not going to throw guys open. He's not like average quarterbacks that when, they plant their right foot and they're going to cut left, that he sees them open on that plant, right? He's the guy that sees them open once they turn and they're going 2 more yards. Oh, okay, he's open. Then he throws it. So therefore, like he's not, and I'm not bashing. This is just observation.
No.
Yeah, like it's just, so play to his strength. Go to the shorter game to set up the longer passing game. How many times do those slants work? Often. But why don't they run them more?
Yeah.
And they're not even using the running back screen game.
Didn't I say that last night? They ran a slant to A.J. Brown twice early in the game, and you didn't see it again for like 3 quarters. I'm like, why? Like, it worked, and you got like 25 yards off of those plays. Do it more often. Those guys are so fast. Devontae and AJ. First of all, AJ's so big, and Devontae's so fast. Those 2 guys coming across the field on slants. That's got to be a mind f to any defensive coordinator and those linebackers to put so much pressure on those guys. Run it more often.
Right.
I get you don't want to show your hand every time. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to keep playing the same cards over and over again. But like, come on, if it's working, keep doing it until they stop it.
And right now, you got the best running back in the entire league. Why are you not using a screen game? Use the screen game.
Yeah, Barkley had 2 catches?
Yeah, like use the screen
He
game.
had 52 yards in the 2 catches.
Well, you don't got to throw right, Mike. Like you don't have to throw bombs to him. Like, use the screen game. Let him catch the ball and run.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
Go ahead, Ryan.
It's just, and again, guy. I don't want to sound like I'm attacking her, but like, it's just hard to say what they're not doing with Barkley.
All right.
You know what I mean?
It's easier to say what they ain't doing rather than agreeing what they are doing. Like, you're going to nitpick. And that's
I hear you.
As a Philadelphia fan, that's what happens.
Well, so we talked about, Bob brought up the play. It should have been thrown. Devontae Smith. There was another one very early in the game where there was a sideline pass. I don't know what he was throwing out there.
The AJ Brown.
The AJ Brown one. I watched the replay and live. There was a guy that undercut AJ Brown on that. He threw that away.
Okay, all right. And then the one, obviously, when he got his helmet smashed in the ground, he had both AJ and Devontae open on the left side. He missed. He tried to do a toss because he was getting rushed. There's all these things that we can pinpoint, but then you look at a guy who probably, arguably is the greatest quarterback in Eagles history, and Donovan McNabb. And what did he do that drove you insane? The worm burners, right? Like, constantly throwing it, the inaccuracy that he had throughout his entire career, getting tired when he tried to run, like all that stuff. So like all these guys face these criticisms. And that's kind of my point, I guess, is that when you look at league wide, every quarterback has weaknesses, right? Like, there's no Tom Brady, like, fuck that fucking guy, but like, not everyone's a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning, there's a lot of these guys with weaknesses, and I do think it's a little unfair that I'm not saying that we shouldn't criticize them. I mean, that's what we do as fans and media members and writers, and but I just think that sometimes we go a little too far without looking at the whole picture and going, you know what, these guys are. It's not like they're not trying. They're professional athletes, and they're trying to make these plays, and maybe their decision making can be better, and this and that. I get all that, but maybe we are a little too harsh on them.
Well, so here's let me hang on something Gary said, and guys, I got to roll after I say this because my son's going. But
so you're gonna fart in the elevator and leave. That's what you're doing.
So no, so our son, you guys know I have a son with autism.
Yes.
So when he goes to bed, the place kind of has to shut down. So if I'm still talking, it gets a little nuts. But anyway, I'll leave you with this. Gary, you made a great point about nitpicking. do we nitpick and all that stuff? Yeah. What was the Eagles' record after 11 games last year?
10-1.
Right. So people will look at that and go, well, don't we have the right to nitpick? They were 10-1, and everybody said they're the best team in the league. But we knew, and we all did, that they weren't playing really great football.
Yep. That was a shitty
cool.
10-1.
Yep.
Exactly, right? So that's the coolest thing about sports and about talking with you guys and the people of Philadelphia is like there's all the yin to the yang. And it's what I love about, what I did and what you guys do and the way we talk. Like there's great arguments to be had in every way. And you just hope that it all plays out, in the Eagles' favor this year. But yeah, nitpicking, Gary, you're absolutely right. That's a big part of it. And maybe we have reason for it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
guys,
Bob,
listen,
yeah,
I
we're gonna
appreciate you having me.
We
And
appreciate you coming on.
yeah, this is great to hear from you again, man. This is awesome. This is
I'm not dead. Don't worry. I'm not dead.
A lot of these people, man, a lot of people are chiming in saying that they love hearing your voice again and seeing you again, dude. And I don't know. I know you probably can't say it, but some capacity. I hope we're going to be seeing this again soon.
Absolutely. And guys, I will join you anytime. So reach out anytime, and I can't wait for March.
Yeah, it was a blast, Bob. Thanks again, man.
All right, guys, be good. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Take care, brother. All right. So Dave Peterson, freaking Bob Cooney, man. Dude,
don't shut
that's
me
not, dude, I keep hitting the wrong.
I don't want to keep him on. He's on for an hour and a half.
I know. He's on for almost 2 hours tonight. Bob Cooney, dude, so, we haven't heard him in a while. Some stuff behind the scenes. Anyone who knows. Tough situation, but we hope that Bob will. You have to go. All right. So Gary has his rides here.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I got to cut out too. I know you got to do while you were drunk and stuff and whatever. But yeah.
Fucking quitters.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Ain't drinking or quitting. All right, brother.
All right, Mike.
All right, guys. Yeah.
All right, Mike. I'll see you.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. Or
that sounds good.
soon. Yeah. All right, man.
All right. So Peterson said, I always look forward to Mr. Cooney's visits. I always walk away more informed when Mr. Cooney graces us with his presence.
It's true, man.
Yeah, he's and good night, Mike. Good night, Gary, and Peterson. Good night. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. Where the hell is it? Oh, miss you, Bob. Said Callie. Don't worry, Sean and Ryan. I'm still here. You know what? Hold on. Let me see. There's something I can do here. Let's see if I can do this. No, it won't let me. So apparently they were telling me that I can add any commenter to the show, but it's not letting me do that.
Oh,
I was trying to do that. Yeah, I know. Just add them and just bring them on. It won't let me do it. All right. Let's do While You're Drunk Call the Show. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Actually, you know what? Hold on a minute. I got to play this real quick because it's been sitting here. And I wanted to play it earlier, and Bob was on. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. So we've been doing a new segment over the last 2 weeks or so. It's drink up video. All right, so here's our drink up video for today. It's a very important song. It's a public service announcement for everyone out there. All right, here you go.
What's queef? Queef is when that air come out that coochie meat. Queef is when you pause to make sure it don't stink. Queef is when I ask boo, was that queefing or was that a poo? One more time.
All right, so I just want to play that for you guys.
Come to Corner Pub Sports. We'll keep you informed. What the fuck, dude?
Now it's playing, and now it's on repeat on my phone. It won't stop. What is queef?
What's that from the front or a poo?
I'm gonna do it one more time on it because it's so good. That's so nice. We have to play it twice. Double shot Tuesday.
Queef is when that air come out that coochie meat. Queef is when you pause to make sure it don't stink. Queef is when I ask boo, was that queefing or was that a poo? One more time.
Was that a queef or was that a poo? What the fuck?
It sounds like Biggie Smalls, doesn't it? A little bit.
No, it don't. Oh.
It sounds like Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smells. That's it.
Yeah, Biggie Smells.
All right. While you were drunk, it's time for While You Were Drunk, ladies and gents. One of our favorite segments. I'm glad Gary did the got to do through the beers. It's been a while since we had done that, so that was fun to do that again. All right, while you're drunk, here we go.
I am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
While you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
While you were drunk, the Philadelphia Phillies, who really let the fan base celebrate a lot of things this year, right? They wanted to make sure that we all knew it was a great year. And they wanted you to know it was such a great year by sending you a commemorative ticket offer for those who attended the National League Division Series, by sending you a limited edition commemorative ticket of the great moment of the National League Division Series. I'm not kidding. They sent out emails about this. I got the email. I know Drunk Phil's fans posted it. Like, are they fucking serious with this? What is this? They are charging people for commemorative ticket to celebrate the National League Division Series that they lost in 5 games, right?
4.
Oh, that's right. It was 5. It's best of 5. In 4 games to the Mets. They want to celebrate that. Oh, your brother got it. Callie said his brother got it. I you know what? I'm just gonna move on. I got nothing. I literally have nothing to say about this whole thing, other than I'm just. Are they? The Phillies to me have always seemed like a team that's always been very much in touch. The Eagles too, right? Phillies and Eagles have always been very much in touch with the fan base. They've listened. They make moves that the fans want. Like, it's crazy, but they do. They listen. That is one of the worst
screams of being out of touch.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish I knew what they were thinking there. By the way, speaking of Phillies, real quick, Alex Bregman rumors are heating up, dude. They're
if
the Phillies possibly getting Alex Bregman.
Yeah, and if that happens, then Bomb's definitely a goner. That's why he's on the trade block.
I'll be okay with that. If you're going to trade me Bregman for Bomb, I'm gladly making that move. I think what Bregman can bring you is what Bomb brings you offensively.
But he brings power.
And brings more power. Yeah,
right.
Boom in his best year might get you 15. Bregman's going to get you in this ballpark.
Get you 25 to 30 easy.
Yeah, he's going to get you 25 to 30. And Callie just said he has a glove. I like it. Yeah, dude, that's a move that I would love for the Phillies to make. While you were drunk this week, Greg Popovich suffered a mild stroke this week.
Is that what it was? I heard he had a medical incident. They were calling it, but that's confirmed it was a stroke. Mild
stroke. They're saying he's going to make a full recovery though. So, which is good. Yeah, Popovich is a great dude, man. A great coach, great person. It sucks to hear that. You almost wonder how much longer he's going to coach for.
I'm actually surprised he's still coaching.
I mean, you got a guy like Wemby on your team. Like, how would you?
Yeah, he wants to rebuild it to get him back to the, relevance. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's.
When's enough?
Yeah. I don't. It's not like you're going to win a title this year or next year, right?
Right, you're not close to that. So hang them up, man.
I don't know if we talked about this last week. I can't remember, but if I didn't, if we did, I apologize. But I also want to elaborate because there's more to this story that I just found out today. So LeBron James' son, Bronny James, was sent to the G League. Now there's been, and this happened last week, and I feel like we did touch on this. I don't remember because I'm usually drunk by that point. But there's been kind of a revelation in the story.
I think I know where you're going.
Bronny James is refusing to travel with the team. He's not going to jump on a plane. He's not doing long flights. He's not doing anything like that because he doesn't want to stay. So he's only playing the home games.
Yeah.
Or local away games. Who does this dude think? I know he's LeBron James' son. Like, that's a rhetorical question. This is a rhetorical question. Who does he think he is? You're not an NBA player. Like, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have been drafted in the first place. You only got drafted because you're LeBron James' son because
this is on LeBron, though, dude.
100%.
He's completely hijacked the Lakers.
Yep.
To get his son into the league.
It's insane.
And the NBA and Adam Silver has allowed it to happen. This is prime example of why the NBA is a fucking joke.
If you don't think that LeBron James is going to have some upper management, upper front office, cozy job with the NBA when he's done playing basketball.
Absolutely, he is.
I mean, catering to they cater to LeBron is what I'm saying. They cater to LeBron so much. It's Callie's like 100%. He's got a nice job waiting for him when he's
absolutely done. like director of
anything,
like player travel or something.
Something like he's gonna have something important. Like even more than that, he's gonna be like player relations or something major, or NBA ambassador, or he might become a president of the NBA. Who knows? But Bronny James won't try. Can you imagine? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a player. Perfect. Jahlil Okafor, right? Gets drafted, gets sent down, and goes, you know what? I ain't going on the road. I'm only playing home games. Like, you know what? You're gone.
Right.
But it's Bronny James.
Right.
Bronny James. You can't do that to Bronny James, who has 2 total points in the NBA. Can't do that. All right. While you were drunk, this was awesome. Saints. The Saints' new head coach. I heard this. I'm like, this is fantastic. The Saints' new head coach, Darren Rizzi, apparently clogged the toilet before his first coaching game last week. like
sometimes when I wipe, I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe 100 times. Still poop. Together and poop. Just toss the panties.
So apparently he was so nervous, or anxiety was like taking over, that he clogged the toilet in the office before he came out to coach his first game last week, which, by the way, he won, which also cost me a parlay. So fuck him and fuck his poop.
Mark Valdez Scantling.
Yeah. Oh my God. Really? Yeah. Seriously. Peterson, that's a shitty situation. Callie, too much jambalaya down in New Orleans. And the final Why You're Drunk story might be one of the best stories I've ever shared on the air. Dude, like, this is fantastic. I came across this story, I think, on Tuesday. In California, there was people had to go to court. These 2 people had to go to court for an insurance claim that a bear had destroyed their Mercedes. So they had video footage of the bear in the car, like tearing up the seats and shit. Well, they something didn't look right, so they.
I heard about this.
They submitted to a group to looks deep into these situations or whatever, and they're like, no, it's a fucking guy in a bear costume.
Yeah.
This is in California. It was a guy in a bear costume tearing up the car.
And they went to like PETA.
Yeah, they had experts look at this tape and like, that's a fucking guy. Like, bears don't move that way.
That's not a bear.
Dude, so then they find out, it gets worse, that they made other claims with other insurance companies.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of them, right?
$141,000 in claims they've gotten paid out they found us. They got a search warrant and they found the fucking bear costume in the place. Like what what?
Dude, it's probably a bunch of potheads.
Like that's insane.
And it worked the first time, so they were like, "Why not? Let's do it again."
The bears can smell the menstruation.
Like, what the hell? Who thinks of this? Who's like, you know what? I'm gonna dress up as a bear and tear up my car.
I'm
gonna get money for it.
Pothead, dude.
Yeah, those dudes are hitting the edibles out in the California area pretty hard, man. Dude, like, come on, man. It's a bare necessities.
Dude, they should be released and exonerated just because of how great that story is.
I know. they really should. You know what? We're gonna let you guys go because of your creativity, and hand some of that kush over, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Just
Peterson,
don't ever do this again.
This is why we can't have nice things. Peterson said, "Good night, Sean and Ryan. What a fun week it's going to be with the Eagles' big win. Another fun and enlightened CPS show. Stay safe and healthy. Fly, Eagles, fly."
You know what the best part is about winning a Thursday night game? So then you get to Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And you're like,
there's no angst.
Nope.
There's no anxiety or anything like that.
There's still angst with fantasy football, but
yeah. Right. Okay. All right. But you could basically just sit back and just enjoy the games.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Little 7 hours of commercial-free red zone.
Yeah. With
7 hours.
With the wife saying, "We gonna do anything today?" I am doing something. Watching football.
Drinking beer and watching football. Let's order some fucking sausage sandwiches and call it a day. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Callie agrees. She said you can relax and just watch football. Just enjoy football.
Yeah.
All right, everyone that tuned in, we thank you guys so much. We are Corner Puff Sports. We will see you guys next Sunday.
Later. Penis out.
All right, podcast is done. You see, Callie. Now it's time for the witching hour. Are we doing boner coverage? What are we doing?
I'll give you 10 minutes, dude.
All right, 10 minutes is good. That sounds
I'm
good.
like falling asleep here.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make it for Tyson. I'm gonna have to watch it tomorrow.
It's only 10 o'clock now. Dude, my feed froze.
So did mine. It just said Paul versus Tyson.
Yeah, I hit the two dudes ready to punch each other, and it just froze. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
it's mine. I backed out of it and just went back into it, and it's been
There
working
he
ever
is.
since.
There he is. He's still hanging in there.
What's up, Jay?
Hey, Callie, did you did you get the book yet? If you did, I apologize, dude. There were so many pictures and stuff coming in. There's a reason why I'm asking you, dude. But anyway, Jay, it was nice to see you last week at the thing, and I'm glad you and my mom got to catch up, dude. That's cool. I didn't realize, dude, it's been 30 years since you guys saw each other. It's awesome. I thought it was like,
oh wow,
I thought it was last weekend. I'm just kidding.
It's going to be next weekend.
Oh man. No, that was cool. I'm glad that they got to see each other again. That's awesome.
That was funny. We were like, let's not keep Bob long.
Dude, an hour.
Almost the whole show.
Dude, he was almost on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? He was loving it. Bob was loving it.
Yeah.
He's like, I miss this. I miss this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just talking sports.
Dude, that's all we were doing, talking sports. And like you can tell he's trying to keep his composure when you go like off the rails a little bit. He tries and then he kind of digs in a little bit, you know. But I love Bob, man. He's such a great dude, and yeah, I'm really hoping that whatever is next on the horizon for him is Jason. He's in Florida now. Whatever's on the horizon next for him, man. I hope it's something good. And I'm sure it will be. But it sounds like he's got something in the works. He's not going to tell me. but that's all good.
No, he probably can't.
No, he probably can't. Yeah, you're right. That's good though.
Wonder if he'd end up at the other station.
I was actually thinking that.
The midday?
I don't know. Weekends?
Yeah.
Or does he do what Martinez does when he does the Flyers? He works for the Flyers.
Does the pregame, postgame for the Sixers?
Does he do Sixers pregame, postgame or something? Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, man. We wish nothing but the best for Bob because he's a great dude. So
You got a tight little man pussy on you, don't you?
Yeah, from the jump, man. When he got on the radio, what, about 8-9 years ago now? He was good at it immediately.
well, yeah, it was him or Gargano, right?
Yeah.
It was him and
On the
Anthony.
morning show.
Yeah, well, no, but he would jump on as like a guest.
Oh, right.
A popping guest with Gargano here and there, and and then I'm like, man, Bob's really good at that. And we had already had Bob on the show before that. Bob was working for the Sixers, or not the Sixers, Daily News when we first had him on. Actually, Bob was one of our earlier guests. Like Bob's been on the show almost for 10 years, which is it's crazy to me. Probably within the first 2 years, Bob was one of our one of our first writer guests that we had on. I don't know if he realizes that, but I remember going to a game. Actually, as a matter of fact, that is 100% true because we went to the game, and Bede was drafted already. So when was Bede drafted? 15.
Yeah.
We were at a game, and Bede wasn't playing. He was warming up on the other side of the court, and Cooney was right in front of us, and we were yelling at him.
Ron?
Me and Ron, yeah.
I was there, wasn't I?
No, it was just me and Ron.
When did I go and I
No, it was me. No, it was me, Ron, and Smokey. Remember that dude, Smokey?
Oh yeah.
He came to the game too, and he was fighting the mascot. Like, dude, he's fighting the what's that asshole? The asshole mascot's name?
Swoop.
The old
No,
the Sixers. The bear, the fucking dog. I
forget what his name was.
Franklin. He's messing with Franklin. He's like, fuck you, Franklin. He's like fighting him and shit. I'm like, what is going on here? It was nuts. But anyway, Cooney was sitting like 2 rows ahead of us, so we're yelling.
He's like Ace Ventura.
It was crazy. Yeah, he's Ventura when he punches the dolphin.
Just cost me $25,000, Polly. Oh, when he fights the Eagles mascot at the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. He fights the Eagles mascot. Yeah. God, it was so funny. It's been a while. Haven't seen that in years, dude. I was just talking about Dumb and Dumber or somebody, and she's like, I turned it off because it was dumb. I'm like,
the movie's called Dumb.
Like, wait, you didn't see the? Because I started to want Petey the blind. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you didn't see Dumb and Dumber? Oh, I turned it off. I'm like, whoa, hold on. You didn't see the blind parrot or the blind kid with the parrot and no head? She's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? So I started reciting the whole thing. Like, I just thought he was a quiet bird. She's like, okay, maybe I have to watch it again. I'm like, yes, please. Like, come on. It's a classic. Absolute classic. You can't.
Like, it's called Dumb and Dumber. It's going to be dumb.
Dude, I'm telling
now
you.
we got a chick fight now.
Dude, I gotta refresh my feed. Dude, the best line in that movie is an underrated line and no one thinks about it. And it's because it's so under the radar. It's when they're sitting there, they just traveled across the country and they're sitting outside, but the picnic table and the fire, and Jim Carrey's like he's
freezing.
Yeah, he's freezing. And Jeff Daniels like, oh, here, you need gloves? Here's an extra pair. I had an extra pair. And he takes them off. He goes, you mean to tell me you had an extra pair of gloves this whole time? He goes, yeah, who doesn't wear an extra pair? And then I'm going to kill you. And he puts his hands around his neck. And Jeff Daniels goes, your hands are freezing. reason. It's like such a bet. It's such a great underappreciated line in that movie. Like it's perfect. Reason.
Yeah, because I've been sitting here in the cold when you got extra gloves.
So we call this. What was it? AB. Say I already forgot.
The Beaver Moon.
Ask Beaver and Cooney.
It's Beaver and Cooney.
The ABC show. Ask Beaver and Cooney. That's what we're calling it.
All right.
ABC, and then it's colon.
ABC.
It's a wonder why we don't have any fucking views on this show.
Can't imagine why.
Nah.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
All right, dude. I got to call tonight, man.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm pretty beat. I gotta. I don't think it's super early tomorrow, but I might do one more beer. We'll see. I might do one more beer and watch Tyson fight and fall asleep.
I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I got a half a can of soda open, and I don't want to waste it. I think I'm going to make another drink and try to make it to Tyson.
They might be the next.
They are.
They're the next fight.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you got the chick fight coming up, and then it's the fight after.
Yeah, they're just going to scissor each other.
Scissor me timbers.
That'll be in that fight. That'll be real quick.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
Yeah, hold on. Listen real quick. You can hear the bed moving at the beginning.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
Like they
Part
actually,
of-
like, they,
Yeah, the detail in it. It's so awesome.
if anyone doesn't know what that's from, first of all, it's South Park. But that episode is when we get Mr. Garrison becomes a woman, and all he wants to do is scissor.
Just wants to have his vagina pounded.
Yeah, remember when he's in the bathroom? and it's literally like, oh, I'm having my period. And then he meets the girl. Obviously, is a lesbian, right? Meets a lesbian at the bar, and "Come to My Window" by Melissa Etheridge playing. And they're looking face to face, and then the music just stops, and then next thing you know is this.
Oh, scissor me
And
timbers.
they're on the bed, just rubbing. Oh my god, dude! Like, talk about the most extreme, transition of scenes you can get to. It's like,
That show always delivered, dude.
Oh my god, yeah.
20 years, man.
You gotta get back to doing shows again. It's instead of these like movie things that they do.
Right.
Yeah. Because the movies, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, just give me a season. Like,
yeah. Make it simple. Let's go. All right,
man.
Thank you guys, everyone, for joining in. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? This is usually when the real show ends. It's around this time.
Yeah. This when Boner Covers starts.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Everybody tuned in, and everyone downloads the show and all that fun stuff. So thank you. It's the end of Boner Coverage, end of our show. Thank you, Bob Cooney, for joining us tonight. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Mike.
All right, everyone. We will see you guys next week.
See you at Ryan's
at my
place.
house.
Yep. Ryan's place. Remote show. All right. See you guys.
All right, dude.
All right, man. I'll see you
later.